Hi yogis, it's Kathryn with Yoga from the Heart with Kathryn, and we're going to do a nice little flow this morning. And mostly it's a combination of sun and moon salutations, and ones that I think will be really good just for a beginning practice, or just to let yourself nice little stretch and opening. So the first thing we're going to do is you're going to need your mat and probably a blanket. I don't even know about that. I think it's pretty down to the earth, and you'll be fine with just having your mat there. So, and you're ready. Go ahead and find yourself in a seated position, and we're just going to get going here. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is let our sits bones be heavy. Just sit nice and tall, and bring your breath just in and out of your body. Let go of anything that's just out there hanging, okay? And then take a breath in through your nose and out through your nose, and just see how that feels. Another breath in, another breath out. One more breath. One more exhale. Yeah. And just start to deepen that breath. Get all the wiggles and the movements out. Let your arms just rest gently alongside your body. Let's see if you can measure the breath, the same amount of time in on that inhale, letting the same amount of time go out with the exhale. Sometimes the magic count of 4 or 5 helps us get there. Don't rush it, just let it be. Perhaps finding a little bit of time to scan through your body as you're just in that nice, beautiful, fluid breath. See how things are feeling. Again, letting go of anything you no longer need. On your next breath out, just let it go. Let it go completely. And with the inhale, we're going to bring those hands up high overhead. The palms come together, and we're going to exhale, bring those hands into heart center. I'm going to do that 2 more times. Big breath in, big scoop through the back and shoulders. Exhale, hands to heart center. Last time. As they settle in at your heart, set your intention, your dedication to the practice. Kindness, always kindness. From me to you. And when that's settled and agreed to, let's go ahead and open our eyes and push those hands up high overhead. Reach them up. And gently exhale. I want you to bring the left hand to the top of your right thigh and the right hand behind you. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Not too deep. Inhale. Nice and strong through that spine. Exhale. Just going to twist, look over that right shoulder. Don't dump into the hand. One more time. Back. Beautiful. Hands come back up overhead. Reach them up. And then change sides, bringing the right hand to the left thigh and the left hand behind you. Inhale and exhale. Not really losing any height, just gaining a little bit of twist there as you inhale and exhale. One more time, breath in. One more exhale out. Yeah. Inhale, let's bring those hands out right out in front of us and opening them up, sweeping and maybe this time crossing over, touching the shoulders. Inhale out, alternating sides and out. One more time. Yeah. Both sides, lots of love here. Okay. Finding a little bit of a squeeze, a little bit of love. Okay. And let the hands return back to your knees. Roll those shoulders up and down and back. I want you to find stillness and draw that chin toward your chest. And inhale, let the head go heavy behind you, eyes and chin pointing to the sky. Exhale, bring the chin back down to the chest, just loving the neck, the shoulders. One more time, lifting, bring the chin, eyes to the sky, and drawing the whole head back into neutral, letting the left ear kind of glide a little bit toward the left shoulder. Back into center. Always using that breath as you exhale and let the right ear go over to the right shoulder. Separating the teeth if you need to. Just allow the jaw to be soft. Back into center. One more time to the left. Yeah, feels good. Feeling it on this outside part of my neck. Back into center. And one more time to the right. A little bit stretch. Yeah. Back into center. Bring the chin back down towards your chest. Yes. And all the way back up, letting the back of the head hang heavy, eyes and chin to the sky. Drawing the chin back in, letting the left ear, left shoulder get closer. And back into center, and right ear and right shoulder a little bit closer. And back into center. And just bringing a little bit of nice, easy movement with the head and the neck. Roll the shoulders and find your way onto your mat. We're going to find ourselves into a tabletop real quick, getting ready to move. If you need that blanket underneath your knees, go ahead and have it close by. We might need it for your salutations, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to spread my fingers right under my shoulders. My knees are under my hips. Just kind of walk ourselves through the tabletop. Okay, so those hands are spread wide, arms and elbows and shoulders all in alignment, and the knees under the hips, and the feet are straight out behind you. We're going to flow into a cow, dropping the belly and pushing the head and shoulders and hips up high. And exhale into that cat, tucking the hips, tucking the chin, pushing the spine to the sky. Flow it back into cow. Letting the breath move you. And back into cat. One more time. Just one more full time. Let's do 3 here. Okay? Into the cow. And into cat. Yeah. Okay. Now here we want you to do is to find a tabletop. Okay? So the not tabletop, child's pose. This is what happens when you get a cat that thinks she needs to help. Okay. So we're going to find our child's pose. And the reason I want you to just do all of these postures kind of here is because they are part of the sun cell, and I want to make sure you're all ready to do them. So just kind of push the toes together. The knees are fine where they're at. We're just going to push our hips back toward our heels. Do your best and let the arms kind of trail out in front of you, putting a little weight into those elbows and bring the chin and head down. Okay? All right, just be heavy. And then without adjusting too much weight, let the elbows support you under your shoulders. Now kind of move into a forward tabletop on those elbows. And we're going to slide the legs out a little bit, weights in the shoulders and elbows, and drop our belly down, coming into kind of a belly down shavasana, lifting up, finding baby cobra. See? And then we use the hands and elbows to lift ourselves up, finding our way into that tabletop. Okay, it's a little bit of the flow that we're going to be doing. All right? So from here, you're in tabletop. And what you need to do is tuck your toes and find a down dog. Don't worry about it being perfect. Don't worry about I'm not warmed up. Just keep the knees soft, all right? And gently, we're just going to take a little walk up to the top of our mat. Yeah, okay. Use the hands to guide you, all right? Feet can be under your hips, hip width, all right? Bend the knees. We want to bring ourselves up high into standing. Oh, hands over the head. And let your hands drift down to your side, finding standing mountain Tanasana. Okay? Now, we're going to start our flow with this and just take a nice big breath. All right? So I want you to focus on where your feet naturally landed. Did they go straight into your hips, or are they slightly in or slightly out? But just take a peek. Okay? That's pretty much where you want to start. Okay? And if you want to walk your feet in a little closer because that feels good, or what, but just be comfortable in this pose, all right? So my feet are just about one fist apart. So they're slightly narrower than I would be standing like in a forward fold, because that seems to be about where my legs just wanted to land. And I'm not going to argue with it. My body knows what's best right now, right? I'm going to push my feet in, lift the toes, and feel a connection with the earth with my feet. And I draw that energy up my legs, into my body, into my core, into my shoulders, and let it flow down my arms, and just stand nice and tall here. My hands facing forward, the palms of my hands. Looking forward, feeling big breaths moving in and out of me. Connecting with earth. Connecting with this movement. I'm at the top of my mat. I'm going to start our sun cells. All right. So bring your hands into your heart center. When you're ready, go ahead and push those hands up high overhead. Keep them together. And maybe just find a little bit of a back bend, just a little bit of a curve. Letting the hands just drift up over your head. Arms are nice and straight. Right, and nice and easy, bring those hands back down. Tapping your forehead. And back to your heart. As you exhale into a forward fold. All right, bend the knees as much as you need to. We're going to leave that left foot. You're going to step the right foot back, grounding down onto the knee. Maybe you need the blanket here. I want you to kind of walk that right foot up, that left foot up, and just out a little bit. Kind of keeping that left knee out or behind that left ankle, and feeling a nice big stretch on that right hip flexor. Okay, my fingers are still framing my foot, just giving me balance. All right. Then you're going to inhale, bring yourself up. Let the arms just hang by your side, palms facing forward. And exhale, bring yourself down, back onto the thigh. Eyes are on the mat, all right? And then one more time, bring yourself up, letting the hands come high overhead, together. And nice and easy, bringing the hands down to the mat, framing that left foot. Now tuck your right toes and lift up, scooting that left foot back, finding down dog. Oh, how easy was that? Drop down onto your knees. Find cow, because we're in tabletop. Back into cat, because that feels good. Pushing the toes together and sliding those hips back towards child's pose. Elbows are out toward the front of us. Hands are nice and long. Gently move yourself forward onto the elbows and scoop the body forward, letting the legs go long and lifting up into baby cobra. Yeah. Gently bringing the chin down. Kind of walk the elbows underneath our body and knees. And inch more ourselves up into down dog. Nice and easy. How was that? Beautiful work. Drop back down onto the knees, finding that tabletop. And flow into a cow. And then a cat. toes together, pushing the hips back toward the heels, finding child's pose. Maybe bringing the hands behind the head. Excuse me on the microphone, I bumped it. Breath in and out. Hands back down. Hands back to the earth, finding that just a little tabletop, just quick enough to find ourselves in. To down dog. All right. Tricky part here, we're going to step the right foot forward. Drop down onto that left knee. And find that low lunge here, lifting the chest up. Bringing the hands back down into the mat, framing that right foot. Eyes on the mat. Maybe making any adjustments that you need to with that foot. As you inhale, bringing yourself back up. Hands come high overhead. And we exhale. Bring the hands down to the mat. Listen carefully. I want you to tuck your left toes. And lift up a little bit. And then just step forward with that left foot. Coming into that forward fold at the top of your mat. Let your head be heavy. Soften the knees and inhale. All the way up, high overhead with the hands. And glide them into your heart center. Got it? All right, we'll do that one more time. Speeding it up just a little bit. Hands at heart center. Inhale, hands up high. Finding a little bit of a back bend. Exhale, bringing yourself back into center. Drawing those hands to forehead, to heart. All the way down into that forward fold. Hands on the mat. We're going to step right foot back, walking that left foot out just a little bit, dropping down onto the right knee, and lifting up, finding beautiful lunge on this side. Really feeling it in the right hip flexor. Returning the hands to the mat, and grounding here, letting the eyes connect to the mat. Body on that left thigh. Inhale one more time. Bring yourself up. Let the hands come high overhead, joined together. And gently bringing the hands back down to the mat. Now tuck the right toes and step that left foot back, finding down dog. Moving our hands and knees into tabletop, flowing into cow, and then to cat. Toes together, pushing the hips back toward the heels, finding that child's pose. Breathing here. Dropping elbows, hands out in front of you, just slowly scooting forward into that belly down shavasana. Inhale up into baby cobra. And exhale, elbows to tabletop, into down dog. Nice easy flow there. Back down onto the knees, finding that tabletop as you move into cow, and back into cat. Finding your child's pose one more time, maybe making it uniquely yours, letting the hands come down by your hips or tapping underneath your forehead. Just letting that third eye get some love. All right. Returning the elbows, the mat, hands back under the shoulders, tabletop to down dog. All right. Stepping the right foot forward this time. Drowning down onto that knee. Lifting up. Finding that low lunge with the hands resting next to the hips. Returning the fingers to the mat. Letting the body just rest down on that right thigh. Maybe walking the foot out just a little bit. Eyes are on the mat. And lift up one more time. Hands come high overhead. Finding a little bit of a curve. Returning the hands to the mat. Taking those left toes, lifting up and stepping forward, finding that forward fold. Keep the knees soft here. Soften those knees one more time. Inhale all the way up. Hands overhead. Pressing the palms together, tapping forehead. Tapping heart. Yay, you did it. Okay. How was that? Yeah, feels good. Takes a little practice. Takes a little practice for me. Okay. Haven't done it for a while, but my hip flexors feel better. My knee feels better. Okay. So let's go ahead and come down onto our mat. All right. Find that tabletop. All right. And before you do anything too crazy, I want you to drop down onto your elbows and let your hips just kind of hang up in the sky. Give that neck and that head a little bit of shake side to side. All right. All right. Wiggle those fingers. All right. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Maybe do a cat-cow. Just let everything just reset. Yeah. Maybe some swooshies side to side. I feel like the spin cycle on my clothes washer, or maybe that's the agitator. All right. And then gently bring your hips down to your mat. Bring your feet out in front of you. And we're going to bring our knees to the tops, hands to the tops of our knees. We'll get it right there one of these days, all right? And then just gently roll yourself down onto your back. Bring the knees to your chest. And we're going to find happy baby. Now, I don't have a strap cue here because I don't really think we're going to need it. But I want you to do is to bring your fingers to the tops of your knees and just kind of draw those knees in toward your chest, right? Our feet are just kind of hanging there. And before we go anywhere, just move side to side. Rock a little bit, feeling a little bit of love on that spine and those hips, back of the necks. Maybe it feels good to alternate your knees and just a little bit of a wishy-washy with the knees and the hips. Okay, just opening them up. Maybe find some circles with one knee in the hip area and then doing it on the other side. I don't even know if I'm going the same direction. Don't really care. Just feeling a little bit of movement. I'm actually going to move my knees a little bit. Okay, and straighten them out. Okay, so I think I'm ready. So I'm going to do is drop those feet back down to the earth and get myself on my mat. Knees are pointing to the sky. All right? Okay, now the best thing we're going to do is we're just going to bring the knees up toward the belly. Okay, now my fingers are going to come to my tops of my knees. All right, but you can also bring them to behind that little crease behind the knee if that feels better for you. Now, don't worry about having the knees over the belly. In fact, what we want to do is kind of separate your knees so that they are on the outside of your body. Think a baby, when they lie on their back and they kick their feet up in the sky. That's what we're doing here, all right? So gently let your hands go and just kind of move your hips. So those knees just kind of move side to side, rocking. Yeah, got it? Okay, now find stillness. And I want you to bring your hands to your knees. And then just kind of hang on there. See if you can maybe pull the knees in a little closer without arching yourself. I want you to stay nice and flat on the mat. Okay. Kind of a squeeze of those hip flexors and the belly. Right. And my knees are on the outside. They are so far on the outside. Just kind of framing my ribs rather than over the top. Okay. All right. So here comes the tricky part. I want you to kind of extend your legs so the feet start to go up over the knees, and then just take your hands and grab the inside of your ankles. Can you do that? And if you can do that, and that feels pretty good, just stay there and maybe rock side to side. And maybe you can reach down and grab the soles of your feet. Kind of pull there. Just kind of pushing into your fingers with your hand, your toes and feet. Just making that little push-pull thing, all right? Just kind of rock side to side. But you can hang on to your ankles and do the exact same thing, okay? Or maybe the knees, right? This will build love here, right? All right, so when you've been doing this and you're thinking, okay, I'm ready to move on, let's go ahead and straighten out that right leg. And your hand can be on it or not, all right? Maybe it's on the outside. Still hanging on to my left foot. I don't want to lose it. Right, bend the right knee, bring it back in. And let's straighten out that left leg. And you notice I'm rocking a little bit because babies move. Dead bugs don't be a dead bug. Okay, you know that. That's a joke. I learned that from a yoga teacher, and I think that's the funniest thing. All right. I'm just moving. All right. And gently bring that left foot in. Now, you can do that again on each side, or maybe you're feeling really, I got this, and you want to straighten out both legs. Okay. Don't tip over because you're on your own. I can't pick you up. Okay. And I'm just kind of moving, and I'm bending the knees. Just feeling that love. Really loving and massaging that back after that nice little sun salutation, moon salutation combo. All right. And gently bring yourself back into stillness and slow down and bring those knees back toward the outside edges of your ribs, and maybe grabbing your heels, maybe grabbing the ankles, just kind of opening here. Yeah, feels good. All right. So bring your fingers to the tops of your knees, and then gently find stillness and bring the knees back over your belly. All right. Kind of give them a squeeze. All right. We're going to leave that right knee up on your chest and let the left leg go long. Right. And pull the right knee up toward the shoulder, around the ribs one more time. Squeeze it in. Just feel good there. Yeah. Okay. Little supine twist, love, and then we'll do the other side. So leave the left hand on the top of the right knee. Bring your right arm out to the side. Okay. Keep both shoulders on the earth as you slowly bring that right knee over toward the left side. Okay. Doesn't have to go deep. We're just loving on that back, loving on those shoulders. Keep the shoulders on the earth. Don't care if your right knee comes to the mat. That's not the point here. The point is to keep those shoulders there. Okay. All right. Inhale and bring that right knee back up to the right shoulder. Maybe bring both fingers around the kneecap and just kind of squeeze and bring it up there. All right. Open your arms enough to bring the left knee up. All right. Up on the chest. Both of them are there. And then transfer your hands over to the left knee and let that right leg go nice and long. Oh, it feels good. Anchoring the heel, drawing that left knee up toward the left shoulder, around the ribs, squeezing it in. Breathing. It's good for your tummy, your digestive system. Gets rid of those toxic gunks in your gut. Yep. Okay. Right hand stays. Left hand comes out nice and long. And we're just going to bring that left knee over to the right side. I'm going to keep both my shoulders on the earth. Just feeling a nice stretch. That spine happy, strong, and straight. Okay. Oh my golly, feels good. Played pickleball yesterday and my quadricep, my glutes are tired. Especially my glutes. Oh my gosh. All right, inhale and bring that left knee up to the left shoulder. Squeeze it in. One more time, bring both knees up to your chest. Give them a squeeze. Roll side to side. And then gently, if you want, maybe straighten up your legs. Find the legs of the wall. All right. You don't have to straighten out the knees. You can keep them soft. Okay. Just a little bit of love there. All right. And one more breath here. And gently start to bring the heels down, letting the feet come all the way down to the mat. Let the soles of your feet come together and let your knees fall open. We're going to find a reclining butterfly. Just let your hands find where they need to go. Maybe a heart and belly combination, or it just feels good to let them rest on your side. Okay. Take a big breath in and find that intention you set. Let your breath go. One more breath in. One more breath out. And then this time take a big, big breath in. Open your mouth and let it go. Bring your hands down to your hips. Squeeze those knees in. Together. Let your legs walk down nice and long. Find Shavasana. Yeah, feels pretty good. You separate your legs. And you bring your arms out nice and wide, or maybe let them rest on your body. You can have one hand up and one hand down, or both hands up and both hands down. You choose. Your breath goes in and out. Focus on that breath. Being mindful of your journey. As you're lying here in Shavasana, give yourself permission to do a little side trip off to a meadow with sunshine basking on the grass, little fresh starts of plants. Think of the things that you can smell and see, hear. Allow your breath to be very long and heavy. That newness of the meadow, connecting with you, acknowledging new coming your way. And as you bring yourself right back here to your mat, remember to collect something from that meadow that brought you a little peace, a little joy. Remember it for when you need it. Gently find movement with your feet, movement of your fingers. Slowly roll yourself to your favorite side, letting the knees come close to your chest, being heavy, and pressing yourself up into that seated position. Nice and slow, nice and easy, nice and you. And bring your hands high overhead. And we exhale those hands into our heart center. Namaste means the light in me honors the light in you. And I do. I honor the light, the love, beauty, truth, kindness in you, because it's in me too. And with these things shared, there is nothing different or distant between us. We are the same, and thankfully one. From my very grateful heart to yours. Namaste. Thanks for making time for you. Know that you're missed and loved, and I'll see you soon. Bye.